What's up, SM lovers? Welcome back to the heavyweight fight of the world. I'm Nick.
I'm Curtis.
I'm Zach.
I'm Pete.
I'm Kay.
I'm Julio.
Y'all know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all know why y'all here. Your eyes have not deceived y'all. Kai, sex symbol. 10, sex symbol. Rover versus Birthday. These both are bedtime songs. We not even gonna play. SM is they grown and sexy. We know what they do. Yeah, man, don't want to talk. I'm very interested to see what's going on with this. So we gonna jump in. Y'all know what we do here, man. Make sure y'all watch the dancing. Don't pay attention to the song. The dancing. Kai, Rover.
Load. There we go.
Those don't even look regular Converses.
I think it was Rick Owens.
They like the Rick Owen collab.
Rick Owen
I'm coming over. I'm coming over.
That hook is so fire.
I'm coming over. Hey. Ladies, let us know if y'all would like to dance around Kai. Swear he's somebody off My Hero.
Right. Trunks. He looks like Trunks.
Not Future Trunks.
Future Trunks.
Rover. I'll tell you one thing. I bet that's going up on TikTok right now.
It's gotta be.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Squeaks are messing me up. Sneakers.
I love hearing the squeaks.
Killing me.
It sounds like a basketball court.
Killing me.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I felt the walkout coming.
He's hitting like every like beat there is. So well too.
I love his like bass. He's like so strong.
Right.
It's like
His moves feel like powerful.
I love the power moves. I was just going to say that he stole it from me. He stole the precious.
yeah, plus he's taller and everything, and it's like real.
Right.
He has a fluidity, but also like a power with his movements.
Rover.
Way to end
They
it.
killed that. I like it.
I like the reggaeton vibe too. You know
Yeah.
we're not supposed to be listening to this song. What's the Rover?
And my baby 10.
And we got
It's tough.
10.
My baby 10.
Tough.
Now, who's this guy?
10.
He's independent?
Nah. Ironically, both of them are in a group together.
Okay. Oh, they're in a group together?
Technically, kinda. They're all under SM,
same
which is
umbrella?
they're all under SM, which is like their management and everything. Tennant is with Wavy/NCT.
Okay.
So technically, he's kind of in Mark's group, who y'all seen earlier.
Uh-huh.
Wavy
that
is the
one
subunit
group, like-
of NCT.
I got you.
So we kind of be like,
Wavy. I remember them.
let's say Redemption is
You know,
SM.
you know how we said we had like 20-some members in, let's just say, you know,
Redemption?
NCT.
Oh, okay,
No,
yeah.
NCT, so I'm saying the subunits as far as like.
Yeah, so it'd be, I was gonna say, easier way to explain it is like Redemption would be SM, this panel would be NCT. If you and Zach did something together, y'all might be like a subunit.
I got you.
Or, you know, or if it's a fixed subunit where it's like us three are always together doing content, that'd be the fixed subunit.
Right.
Kai is with EXO. They're another group underneath SM.
Just recently celebrated 11 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep,
So,
11-year
shout out to
anniversary.
EXO.
Shout out to EXO. But SM formed a super group. Basically, they pulled 2 of the best members from Wavy, 2 of the best members from NCT, 2 of the best members from EXO, and
Ultron.
1 member from Shiny, and formed the K-pop Avengers. And they were selected from their respective groups.
So their group would be Super M.
Yeah, so Super M is their name of their group that they're in together. For a little bit of context.
I'm going to let me say 10's going to kill this right here. He's going to kill this. I just feel it.
You just feel it? Yeah, I'm not trying to give y'all too much information on stuff, but
Just rocking with my man
Yeah.
10 right now.
we call him 10 because he's perfect.
Baby, dance, wrap me up for your devotion. It's a bad romance, got my body rocking in slow motion.
Jesus.
This really is like a perfect choreo, too.
Yes. Yes.
That's
I
incredible.
knew it.
Let me
Already bothering me.
You're going Judge Favorite.
give you my attention.
What you tell her, 10?
Oh, on me, too.
That was fire.
Yeah.
So I'ma make you feel
Yeah. Tonight's your birthday. Every second, every minute.
I'ma celebrate it.
This song's perfect.
Everything about you perfect, just the way your mama made it.
Fucking sync so much together, man.
Let's do the first place.
Oh, his footwork. Crazy. Let's go.
Zay, you're like,
This is incredible.
It's like he wrote this song for this dance.
It's
like tonight's your birthday.
Oh, they switched.
Yeah.
When I know you wanna
There were some camera cuts in here. I'm being fair. I'm being fair, Kai.
I'm being fair.
Yeah, different room and shit. Like,
Lyrics and dances, dance.
Not on 3 different takes.
Look at that.
Talk about that falsetto. Say no, it's just the dancing. I'm sorry.
Oh baby, here is my confession.
Shit.
Let's make tonight your birthday.
oh,
You live for better, make me wanna celebrate it.
they made this for the video. Like, this
I
is
said,
right there.
yeah.
Everything about you perfect, just the way your mama made it. You're the best and the first.
Funny enough, they made a cake there, too.
This nigga 10 making my fucking back hurt.
Exactly.
Tonight's your birthday. It's gonna be my last birthday. I'll stretch like that.
So let us take it slow. I never say this, but girl, you deserve it best. So let it go to what you want for tonight. Ooh, yeah.
This is tonight's your birthday.
Ironically, this would be the dance break part.
So he had a guest jacket on.
Nigga did another shot just to flex. Tonight's your birthday. Every second, every minute, we celebrate. It's a celebration.
His song? It's his song.
Yeah.
All right.
He killed this song.
This song really is perfect. He got me acting like.
Wow. Fire, bro. Sexy ass fucking video.
I'm about to say this is one of the craziest choreos I've ever seen in my life.
Baby, we don't need no reason, baby, we don't need to wait.
Nice.
Tonight's your birthday.
And blew out the candle.
Body
Come on,
that,
man.
bro.
Happy birthday to
Yeah, this is a
you.
masterclass.
Body
Like,
that.
Yeah, he definitely bodied it.
Body
This is
that,
a
man.
masterclass.
So let me set up everything.
Yes.
Shout out to Kai, and shout out to 10. Both of them, I
great
think,
choreographers.
they're both phenomenal dancers. In K-pop, I know sometimes you'll get those instances where it's like, what's your flavor? It's almost like a basketball player. Somebody might admire 3-point shooting like a little bit more. Someone might admire dunks a little bit more. So, depending on what your flavor is, you might like a player a little bit more. Kai, I think, is kind of like the stronger dancer in the sense of like his movements are a little bit more like wide, his base is wide, and like everything is kind of just really strong. Like I feel like if he was like I feel like he gives that assertive energy almost. 10 is so like fluid. I feel like he's water. I feel like you literally can like kind of go here. His body contorts in ways there where it's just kind of like you can see just all like the movements kind of change within his hips
The way
and
he's twisting his body,
like it doesn't make sense.
A little ballet in there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Actually, I think a lot.
Break dance, for sure.
So yeah, with that being said, I know a lot of people wanted to see this. I think to add a little more caveat and to give the Redeemers a little bit more, when people kept wanting to see these two battle, I thought Tae Young has a song called Ghost, which is more so in the same realm as 10's song. So after we done our whole thing, I kind of want to play that for y'all to kind of put that up against kind of what's going on too. But then we can have this conversation and then jump into that when we're done. 10 won. I felt like even the song was set up a little bit more just for the choreo, which is crazy because the song is a banger. It sounds crazy because it sounds like a backhanded compliment. Like I think the song was made for choreo. But like I said before, both songs are like bedtime songs. Rover seems to be a little bit more in and out. Birthday seems to be like birthday seems to be like we here for a little minute. If you get it, you get it. If you don't,
Yeah, it was way more sensual.
yeah, very more sensual, and you could just kind of feel the energy. I felt like 10 just was doing shit for no reason almost. Like just sliding on the floor a little bit more extra.
To show you something.
Yeah, it was just like that. That literally is a masterclass. If any of y'all have that in y'all top 5 choreos that y'all have ever seen in K-pop, I get it. That felt like the end of a movie where someone was trying to get in a Juilliard or some shit, and they finally did.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Yeah.
Save us something. Yeah, so like it's this was very hard because I am trying to be fair, and if I want to like poke holes in the 10 thing, I can be like, well, they were cuts, and some of the cuts may be like because maybe you put in so much energy on some of the choreo that you couldn't do it. Also, and I don't think that's the case. Also, I'm one of them people too where once you do a move that puts you on the ground with dancing, I want to see how you get back up from it. And mind you, I do think that 10 could do whatever the fuck he wants. So I'm being fair, but also I don't think this is boding well. Oh my God, I gotta stop 10.
Like 10 was. I thought 10 was more of the focal point visually, as far as like how everyone else was other than him was it was a darker color of the uniform as opposed to the what was it, Kai's?
Yeah,
Kai's was a little bit more I wouldn't say that he was, even though he was obviously the focal point, the guy with the purple hair and all that stuff, but I don't know, it was just the one with 10 seemed like it was just more of a focal point.
It was funny because 10's song is about the woman and paying attention to her, but the focus was on him. I'm like, wait a minute.
Sorry not to look anywhere else.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing. It's hard not to look at him. I mean, they had so much going on. The ladies that were doing this dance, and it was complicated, a set of moves, the transitions, all of that stuff. They worked well together with each and every girl, I thought. I think he danced with them individually throughout, and that's dope.
It's crazy because they do have multiple scenes that are kind of mirroring, because 10 has something like that with the girls too.
Yes.
Was 10 people's dressed a little bit more unified?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I think that was a storyboard. I think that was a previs. Honestly,
no, I'm pretty sure everything was on purpose. Even whatever any of them did is on purpose.
Right. No, I'm talking about the previs. Yeah. Like there was a pre-visual, like the living storyboard for 10's video. So I haven't seen the actual 10 video. I just listen to the song constantly. But
the video is very more closely related than that. I would say that dance practice that 10 did is more close to the video than Rover. Rover is a little bit more boosted up in this video as well, respectfully.
No, I really love the firmness, like you said, in his moves. I love his core. Like, it feels punchy. It feels tight. all sexual innuendos. It feels. You can just see the power. You can see where he's going, and I still want to get there. You know what I mean? It's just like, look at the like his S curves, all that. It's just on point. I can't knock anything, but 10 was going across all genres. You know what I mean? He's just stuck with like hip hop and jazz and all that stuff, and that's fine.
It's gonna be hard to dance when niggas start getting into contemporary style.
Right.
Once people in there and start getting, once you start seeing heads move like that, and it's like, all right, man.
It's like, damn it. But shout out to Kai and 10 because it's just they're doing their thing. I love it.
Kai might have a more TikTok worthy thing. He might have the move that's easier.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. He might have the move that's a little bit more easier for all of us to hit in the club. I thought niggas gonna be in the club with Tenjo.
Like Kay said though, it was a little bit more all the ambulance.
You said like it was more balletish.
Yeah, more balletish, contemporary and all that stuff.
It's catchy.
Kai did more stuff to be relatable, which you can actually do. You know, like you said, 10, we not in there getting it in.
Right.
He starts off with a rip with some kind of break dancing move from, you know.
I feel like he started from the ground. Like,
the way my hips are set
he did
up.
some technical moves in that though. That was like that one.
No, you know what fucked me up is sorry, Kai.
Real technical man.
Nah, 10 did a move and it hit me the first time too. That late drop where it was just like a switch. I was like, hey, come on, dog. Like your body's not supposed to be moving like that, bro. Like,
He gonna have problems when he's 40.
Like, hold on, let me turn you down.
But with his song went so good with the moves. You
100%.
wanted to do those moves, man,
Right.
You know.
But the way my hips are set up.
This ain't fair. His backup dancers is moving a little better too.
100%.
100%
The way they dress
uniform.
him to help him stand out even more.
Because he's in the white. He's in the light colors.
They compliment
He's
him real well.
His body, he's spotlighting anyway, man.
Right.
He's sharp. He's too sharp right now with it.
Look at his footwork right now. He's just like everything lines up. Like I'm not a technical dancer. I'm not even like.
Me either.
I did some step when I was like 9.
Yeah, he just was doing shit. He didn't even have to come here in the mirror room.
Nope.
Like, that's like somebody sock you inside the club and then they jump you again on the outside. It's like, yo, y'all just beat me up inside too. Like, imagine you get jumped and they like, shoot him too.
There was no real point where he looked like he was off. Like everything was synced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it looks like he never did a lot of takes.
Yeah.
Right.
He was in the zone when he hit off.
Fucking foot never touched down.
He was in
Yeah.
the fucking zone.
And like I said, both are known as like great dancers and
Top
stuff.
tier dancers. Yeah.
So so that's the thing. 10 definitely is one of them people where it's even a lot of redeemers have him like in a top 3, and that's like worldwide.
Wow.
So it's a lot of praise with 10 when it comes to dancing.
Yeah, and he hit those firm moves, and then he
think
did the
was it-
ballet. Like it's just like what? Why did you switch it up? And I love it.
His body's just going places it shouldn't.
Right.
He's going places and shit.
And he's going places he should.
Yeah, oh my! Look, was it this? Was it?
He bought it.
Hold on.
We're still marveling, guys.
His jacket was making moves with him too.
Right.
The jacket was in on it.
The jacket is a paid actor.
Jackets this stuff, and I was like,
How?
Right.
It's crazy.
Jacket is the paid actor.
I know. I'm like, damn, did we miss it?
Yeah, look at it.
Was a paid actor.
We missed the late.
Watched it this whole video.
I think
in the
so. I
beginning,
don't
like,
know.
It's like way in the beginning. This is literally when it first started.
It's my fault. I'm sorry, 10. We gotta go back a little bit. Look, he started on the ground. This will let you know what you was getting into. Look at the head joints. Look.
Yep.
Yeah. How are we supposed to? How are you supposed to
He
fight this?
unbuttons his jacket without us even knowing. Look how smooth he is.
Look. Oh my. Look. Oh shit.
Yeah, first of all,
Oh shit.
my bad.
No, it was this.
My bad.
Look. How do you get up from the ground like this? Then.
Huh? The anime noise. Anime gasp. He did the anime gasp.
No, it was this too.
That was
Really
fire.
set it off.
Yeah.
I hate you, Kay. Come on.
That's how you know.
Kai, I love you.
That was
I
fire.
love you, Kai.
That set the tempo for everything.
Yeah.
You know it was gonna be
Yeah,
fire.
that could arguably be
I
like
know,
a top
I know.
5
I'm
K-pop
talking
movie.
about. I love. Like I still love Kai. I know this is 10. I still love Kai. Yeah, I know what I said. Argue
How
with
you
the
feel?
wall.
How you feel, Kurt?
Oh yeah.
Nah, yeah. I mean, everything basically that could have been said has probably been said, but it's
You can say it again.
just
It's
to
okay.
no, yeah. Well, for one,
Fuck
no,
it.
I was just my leading, but it was like I did think all this was incredible on both sides of it because they really did have to balance out a lot. And what I will say is, well, just to get the obvious out there, definitely Ten's choreos. Like if you said it was one of your favorites or top 5, 3, whatever the case. In K-pop, I mean, it certainly makes sense. I mean, all the different elements of dance that he was using, the body control, the fluidity, the power in the moves, and really also selling the emotion behind it, you know, particularly in the mirror sequence as well. So all the technical things he has to do within that, you know, whether even if he's like showing shoulder, kind of doing like the arm twirls or the, what do you say, voguing or something, if you will. So it's just kind of all those elements still blending in perfectly with the background dancers as far as like how you're kind of selling those movements. Like everything was just done to such a perfect level that you really like there's really no flaws in this. I mean, if you're really going to point out anything, it's probably just the camera cuts. But for what he like displayed within each of those cuts, I mean, it was really stellar all the way through. I still don't understand how he had that level of body control to kind of be able to do everything. As you had said, you know, anytime you start on the ground or able to pop up, having virtually no one help you up, you're just kind of able to like throw your body like that. It's incredibly taxing to perform as well. So that's certainly a factor for me. And honestly too, on the storytelling aspect, I do like the actual cake formation that they make when all the kind of background dancers like lean on each other. And then basically he's in the center and it kind of creates like the illusion of like a candle for a cake. So I thought that was really, really, well done as well. However, on Kai's side, I do like the power and the physicality and the assertiveness, as you had said, in the movements. And I thought for how much, how rampant the beat and the production is for him to kind of hit every punch of that beat, I thought is a talent in and of itself. And also switching it up as much as he was, whether it was like a hip strut or like a stomp or anything like that, or kind of like shrugging his shoulder with it. Like there was a lot of intricacies in that, and to kind of display the emotion and everything behind that as well, I thought was really great too. And to touch on what you had been saying, as far as the uniformness of the background dancers being all mismatched, that's really heavily involved in the storytelling as well, because in the music video he's playing all these different characters with all the different IDs and everything, where to basically he's trying to like be a different person each time. So I think that the whole mismatching of kind of his wardrobe and everything, like all that really played into it, and I think certainly to the background as well, which made it interesting for the moments where he was hiding in the formation, as far as like kind of hiding your identity. So I do really appreciate the storytelling as well as the physicality within Kai's performance. It's just in comparison to what Ten had done, if I had to give the edge to any of them, it would have to be Ten's choreo for sure. But
10 gets a perfect 10.
we know that one. But it's
10 sitting on this fucking table.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
But it's I definitely do want to give shout outs to Kai for that performance and everything as well for the choreo, because it was incredibly layered and the storytelling was great as well. But it was just, you know, they're both perfect in what they were going for, but it's just, you know, the physicality, especially in what Ten had to bring forward, just took it over the edge, I would say, for me.
Nice.
Nice.
Anything else
That
you want to
is
add,
it.
Zach?
It was the physicality involved. I mean, it's a lot of work here. It's a lot of work here. Obviously, it's a lot of work, but with 10, with that, the whole jumping, starting off the ground, and then, the physicality is what
This
did
is
push
Kai
it
as
over
well?
the thing
this
for
is,
me. The bar for me, yes.
I got you. This is Tae Young. Ironically, Tae is also in Super M with them.
Oh, okay.
He's the leader of NCT, which is technically 10's main group.
Okay.
So he had another performance called Ghost, which I thought, which I was going to show just to respectfully tell him. I thought this would have been the better fight with 10.
With 10.
Which is funny because 10 and Tay have a god tier choreo called Baby Don't Stop together as well. So it's a lot going on. SM got a lot of talent and shit. So, we'll jump into this and then get y'all thoughts on it. This is like blocked on everything, and they don't even let you do everything. So it's no real dance practice. It's just kind of like the MV, but y'all gonna get the vibe.
You heard this? I didn't know if you were here for that. This is still one of my favorites. I love this song.
He's a rapper that learned how to dance, by the way.
It's trippy. A lot of trippy videos tonight.
Oh my.
Oh, ma'am. Where are you putting your hand?
Over the eyes.
Nice. Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, so as you can see, as some don't fuck around.
Right. I love puppeteering in dance moves. I really love.
cool.
It's one of my favorite forms.
For transparency, I still would have gave that to 10, but this would have been a better fight.
Yeah.
But this would have been the better
Yeah,
fight.
because he like matches.
What's the first guy's
energy.
name?
Kai.
And okay, and then,
Right here
then
is Tae Young.
I was
Yeah.
gonna put 10 first, Kai second, and to me personally, this guy third.
Oh, you thought this was third?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same here.
Okay, no, that's fair.
I think the level, like he's matching
This
Ten's
is a
energy.
first in Korea. 1, 2, 3.
Tae Young matches Ten's energy with the fluidity, with the water versus, you know what I mean, the flow, and the physicality in terms of you shouldn't be bending that way, sir.
Yeah, I thought Tae Young definitely did kind of like more groundwork as far as like having to work your way from the ground and like come
Yeah.
back up and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
That is very interesting, especially I like getting like especially like y'all two opinions and then Kay for stuff that you weren't here on, just because we have a little bit more of a bond with some of these people.
Right, 'cause y'all want
So
a
it
lot.
could be something where we see something and even if it's a 7, we might be like it's a 10 because it's my man.
Right,
Like
right, yeah,
versus fresh eyes coming in and they just
Right,
like
right from the rip,
it was
right?
all right.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it was all right. You know what I mean? So I respect.
I mean, I thought it was good. But,
Right.
Yeah.
You know, in comparison to the other two, you can tell that there. Well, I'm not going to say that. You know what his actual skills or his capability is, but the other two performances were much more challenging or technical than his. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I can see that.
I
Not
feel
only
like
that,
she said it matched Ten's kind of energy and fluidity, but kind of lacked Ten's.
for me, it wasn't as intense as Tens was. It was nowhere near as intense as Tens.
Yeah,
so.
100%.
Yeah.
It just lacked the technicality
Yeah.
of what Ten was doing physically, the physicality of the moves he was actually doing. But
Right.
as far as the vibes and the fluidity was, you know, it was kind of matching that vibe. But yeah, nonetheless, you know,
And
a
funny,
good
I
performance.
swore I did this song or at least heard this song, but I haven't. So this
Oh,
is
you
the
wasn't
first.
around when we originally did it?
Yeah. No, this is the first for me. I really like the song. I love the. I know it's a choreo, but I love the quality of his voice. And yeah, his singing. I want to hear more because I'm stupid.
Okay.
But yeah, the choreo, I would put, honestly, I kind of agree with the boys. 10 first, Akai second, and Taeyong third for these videos. Because I will base it on individuality because I know all these men are talented. I know they can kill it.
Now, are these videos like since you know they're all part of like pretty much the same umbrella, and now they're individually doing their own type of thing? Are they like intentionally kind of competing, or is it more like you know this is my style? I'm going to stand on my own. I'm you know kind of want to branch off as my own, not really necessarily branch off, but I want to display my own you know unique capabilities.
That part more because you know competing would people would throw other words in behind that.
Right,
'Cause
right,
after
right.
you're competing, you'll hear things like jealousy.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like, you know, oh, they want to leave. I think it's just one of those, it's the latter, where it's just like, these people are so talented that you kind of want to see some of the individual like bodies of work. Tay is the main writer for NCT, which has 20-something members. So he's writing sometimes for 20-something people. He's one of them people that deserves.
Right. and
He
his
deserves
screen
this.
time.
Right, of course.
10, and that's not to say anybody in NCT doesn't, but it's just NCT in particular is one of those groups where, since it's 20-something individuals, how can I word this? Whoever you think is the weakest person in NCT might be better than the leader in a popping group.
Right.
If that makes sense. So there'll be people who don't get as much, and I mean, as far as like the last person, people who get less vocal distribution, less screen time when it comes to everything, and just, you know, are more so maybe in the back when it comes to choreo. But oh, go ahead.
No, something just to briefly add to that too, as well, is like we all know how much like time, effort, energy, and certainly money goes into developing these artists and everything. So if you develop
100,000 a
them
year
to that extent, to where it's like they have all these skills, you really do want to showcase that. So I just think that that's something that makes sense business wise, but certainly personally, to give these artists time to shine as well.
Yeah. What I will say too with Ghost is I do remember when we did our reaction, we were blown away. And it could be. The only thing I think in a battle sense that would hold the song back is it's more lulls in the song, in the sense, well, in the choreo, in the sense of the song is so trippy and like dream. It's type of psychedelic almost, where the choreo almost turns into psychedelic, which would kind of be hard because I don't think this is too far off from 10 song. It just seemed like if he incorporated 3 moves, 10 put 10 moves, ironically, in like his, where it just was like, all right, you didn't have to fit 2 backflips in there, 10.
Right.
You just was showing off a little bit. But I respect it because that's kind of 10.
I also feel like this has like a bigger budget or something. You know, there's much more. It seems more like a music video as opposed to a live performance. Thames was more like a live performance type of thing. Just had that feel.
Yeah, I just want to add that this is the music video. We can't get the dance practice, so it's
This is
probably
that same song?
This is
right.
10's video.
Okay. For
This
that
is-
same song though, right?
Yeah, for birthday.
Like
I can underline and put it where you do it. Okay. No, okay, you can talk. That was
you know,
gonna leave it low. Got caught up.
yeah.
Anytime in K-pop someone put a rating hat on, you about to get some choreo.
He's just so beautiful. Oh God, what about going with that? Okay, I am so.
They freeze framed that, but it was us too.
I think the live version is better.
I do too. It's cool, but y'all know MVs be they gotta show face, give a little bit more like, you know,
Right.
Get all
in here.
And that's what I'm
flashy.
saying. Like the MV for that particular for Ghost didn't benefit because there's no choreo that we can see to compare it.
The
So
only
it's just like,
choreo I
don't-
think is from the girl that something Lee, I think her name is, that helped
Right.
put the choreo together.
Right.
But you are right. Sometimes,
I'm just like,
and that's why choreo battles can get a little sticky. We personally try to always keep the playing field as close as possible.
right.
You don't want bad audio and a fixed cam versus God tier audio and a moving camera in a new with a newer building and everything. I feel like your eyes and ears start playing tricks on you where it's like, oh, this shit automatically
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, I think I do like the dance practice over the video, and the video was God tier in my opinion too. But it's just like you said, that shit was a man.
This is literally a previs.
This is a yes.
It's literally a
fucking
previs. The choreo. There, yeah.
It's your birthday. Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, you see, I even said the clothes aren't even too far off from kind of what
Right.
was going on
That
too.
had the
Like,
Janet Jackson vibe going on.
Not the River Nation.
The River Nation vibe going on. Look at that. Your candle.
yeah. K-pop is crazy. K-pop is you still able to get the R&B you want. You still able to get the rapping you want, the pop that you want. You getting dancing, everything that you. I think Keith always says that he was like, whatever you loved about music in the 90s and early 2000s is still going on in K-pop, and that's why any music enthusiasts it's easy to kind of jump in here once you kind of be like, oh, okay, I can get with dance and I can get with them being a little bit more sensual, and you get behind it.
He was in a
That shit went over one time. Niggas already know the chord.
Oh,
Niggas gonna be on their way home like.
look, I play this song religiously.
Oh, this one on ones for you then.
Yeah, I play
This
this
is a hot
song
outfit with the rating hat thing.
Yeah, the rating head.
Like, yeah, when I'm cleaning up my room, let's
Tattoo
go.
type looking shirt. Looks like you're all tatted up.
We talk about that too in K-pop, how they might be able to get looks off that like we maybe not be able to get off, or you know, how, like you might see a shirt and you be like, man, that's cool, but I ain't about to have my folks like, the fuck you, the fuck you doing?
Bring back crop top for men.
Yeah.
Damn it, bring back crop top for men.
I just always say, if whatever aesthetic people can pull off is cool for them,
Right.
y'all can't handle my midriff right now.
Look, Pooh Bear taught us to wear crop tops and no pants proudly.
He said, nah, Pooh Bear out there doing the 10 choreo.
Somebody's gonna AI that now.
He's got his villain arc.
Anything else that y'all wanted to add? This is
yeah, like-
y'all should feel honored. This is our first time kind of doing like 3 joints and kind of
this is-
categorizing them.
I should feel honored.
Y'all two, how would y'all stack it though? Did y'all think Rover was over Ghost?
Honestly, I would say on a physically demanding level, yes, and also with the fact that it is, as you said, so many kind of lull type moments with the psychedelic nature of kind of what the song is and everything. That being said, too, the background almost playing in the hiding sort of aspect in Rover is a little bit different on a scale than the puppeteering in Ghost, and it's like storytelling wise, I like Kay had said as well, like I do love puppeteering because I think you're able to kind of sell emotion, physicality, you know, how you are able to kind of pick back up or how you fall back down, or just like that tug of war between whatever the subject matter you're kind of battling against is. So I think that's really impressive as well, and some might say that's the same with the mirror sequence. Anytime you have mirror choreo, you're kind of ultimately like doing something on a similar type of time. So if you give kind of like legs up or anything like that to any of those sort of facets, I certainly understand that too. But definitely the physical demanding aspect is more present in Rover, I would say. So I would say, 10 Birthday, then Kai Rover, and then Taeyoung Ghost for third.
Wow.
That being said, they're all perfect. So.
Me personally, I would be 10 Taeyoung and Kai.
Okay.
I just like the movements in Ghost a little bit more than Kai's. Kai's was still really good. His movements was like that.
They just had more of that standoutness to you, kind of.
Yeah,
It was
Zach,
just like that vibe.
that's what I was wondering too. Really, and Redeemers like chime in, especially dancers. I wonder with a dancer, because sometimes people have like pretty cut and clear rules when it comes to like what they like with dancing. They be like, yo, if it's fun on the eye, then I had a good time. So but they they'll just be like, all right, that's what did it for me. Whatever was cool, that did it for me. I wonder would a dancer look at it, and as soon as they see Tay's video, and it's like. And they see puppeteer and they like, no, that's it. Like, they's like, footwork is cool, but like that's it. Or, once you see like certain movements and they like, well, it may look harder doing jumping jacks, but a burpee was more physically intensive.
I like seeing like
More on your core.
emotion. Like
that kind of makes sense.
if you can get off the ground and show emotion like that,
Exactly.
that's like super fire to me.
Yeah.
Like the way he was just picking himself up.
And I was going to ask you, Zach, too, knowing that the background dancers kind of had that, like, those standout moments as well, where they were, like, bending their bodies like contortionists or something like that. And, like, obviously that's, like, a standout moment, too. I was wondering if that played, like, any kind of, sway
In a
for you as
way.
well. Because, honestly, those are definitely standout moments.
Yes.
I think they were the best backup dancers if I'm keeping keep it a
honestly,
buck. I think
honestly,
the
more
Ghosts,
demanded
because they
of
were,
them.
I think, physically
Ghosts definitely had
demand.
the best
Shorty went and
backup.
did a whole curl.
Yeah. And she had to support
The one joint had the
Tae's
whole
weight,
Tay up.
too, while bending kind of backwards and everything. So all that stuff is just really incredible, too. Just purely dancing. But
Yeah, and then we have some people on the panel too. I know Kurt falls into this sometimes where if your story that you were telling in the dance was better, also that might give you like a little bit more of a hedge versus like something that was cool. Because sometimes we'll see footwork, especially with hip hop shit. I feel like you'll just play
one thing I'll
Lots of
say.
work.
One thing I'll say with that too is, at least for me, is kind of like, whatever song is going to be a particular song, like I need something in there that's going to separate it with any other song. Like if someone is doing like incredible physically demanding like breakdancing type things and it's for this song, but if I put it on a different track and it's essentially the same thing, it's not something that's at least standing out to me uniquely in that way, other than being, of course, physically demanding. And honestly, depending on the subject matter and everything, I will give that, it's just dues. But if someone has like a song that's, about a different subject matter and they involve, things that are really unique to that particular story, or creative, I think it's ultimately probably creativity, I would say. But But it's like there's so many facets and ways to kind of look at it. And as you had said, a dancer might look at it very technically and very, I guess by the book, so to speak. Like even if you're looking at tens and you're like, yo, he included contemporary, he included breakdance, and just all these different facets. So it's really interesting, but it's always fun to explore. So we always love to hear from y'all as well.
Yeah, anything else any y'all want to add?
Oh.
Jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt. This is the first time we did kind of like a little three-way and stuff. I just wanted to get more input from y'all. Really, all of the Redeemers been picking all the fights and stuff. We've been kind of chilling and just sitting back and letting them kind of pick. It's a lot more fights in store. 17 is going to be fighting soon. Might be themselves. NCT is back in the full. They've really been wanting to see a lot of the girl fights. Chung Ha has been like a fan favorite. Yolin. Like, comment, subscribe, hashtag Redeemers. Let us know what other tracks you want us to get into. We love you. We're going to holler at y'all.
Bye.